Alrighty guys, Chris here with Nature's Recreations. We are out here in beautiful Springfield, Missouri on a collaboration project with AquaBlox and some of the other artists of the year, and we're getting ready to start putting in this massive basin right behind me. This thing is 4.5, 5 feet deep, every bit of 25 by 30-ish, because we've got to make way for 450 AquaBlox. It is going to be a massive reservoir, but this is going to be one spectacular project. Let me turn you around and show you what we've got going here. So this is the basin that's been excavated. We just got this thing finalized this morning, but we'll try to close this in as much as we can. We've got a lot of rock to contend with. There's going to be a stream that comes in. This is going to be overall about 100-foot Pondless waterfall, 60,000 gallons of water moving through it. So the idea is we're going to have big falls coming down off that big drop there, pooling section up in that area there for like a little kiddie wading splash zone, maybe a foot and a half of water. Then we're gonna have fall coming right out of that guy there, dropping into a stream. We'll have a bridge that goes over and then a stream coming in. But we're also gonna have these awesome stepping stones that cross over the pooling section and tie us right into these steps. Steps are gonna wander up the hillside, have another crossing up there, and then you'll be interacting with the top side of the feature. Big swimming pools going in up there, but we're gonna have to really do some work to get this section here workable, and it is just gonna be a killer project. We got 3 weeks to get this thing done. It's gonna be a mad dash. You can see the soil quality we're working with, or lack thereof. It's gonna be an insane project that we are just gonna have to hump and move at breakneck speed to get this thing done. So that's the overview. That's what the challenge is. We're gonna get at it. We've already been doing quite a bit this morning. I tell you, the amount of tons of boulders out front here is mind-boggling. Amazing moss rock, weathered sandstone, but it's just gonna be an epic, epic project.
So we've got this massively overdug, which is nice, right? Because then we don't have to bust through a whole lot of stone. But when trying to visualize exactly how this is going to happen, I'm picturing this waterfall really coming like right in here. And even though I'm kind of on an angle to that window, it'll end up looking more natural than just shooting it right at it. So we'll bring in like a 4-foot, 5-foot high waterfall, depending on what the rock can allow us to do. Then we'll do a massive cut, cutting back into here, which will actually help us generate some of the necessary soil we need for up on top. Also giving us a whole lot more real estate to bring a bridge in someplace in here, which is really, really hard to visualize right now, but I promise it's gonna happen. I want a bridge that comes across someplace in there with stone stairs that then take us back up to the ultimate pool deck on top. Let me show you on a drawing really quick. So here's a quick little layout. This is that giant pool deck we were talking about. Where I was just standing was right here. And this is that bridge I'm talking about. So big waterfall dropping down into this pool. We're gonna move this pool right up in this sunken patio, or this walkout basement patio, and then bring stone steps from another bridge that kind of come like this and then up through here. Some of this stuff has changed, but it gives you kind of an idea of what we're talking about.
So no more green space there. Nope. It's gonna be water right up to the patio so they can see right out this big picture window. That's a nice entertaining space inside the basement. This is that patio that Brian was talking about, and that's gonna be that pooling space. Big waterfalls coming off that hill. That bridge would be cool if we could get a line of sight coming underneath of it.
Yeah.
And actually see daylight.
That'd be pretty cool.
All right, so we just got this base clean rock grade laid out. We've got it ramping down into our pump vault area. Now we're coming back over the top with a non-woven geotextile fabric, or we call it underlayment. Underlayment is going to separate fines that we're putting on top. This is going to be our final grade, so we get that nice and flat and level for those AquaBlox. And the liner goes over that with some heavy duty fabric underneath, and then we'll do more fabric on the inside of that. AquaBlox, pump vaults, you know the drill. We're rolling, trying to get this basin done by the end of the day, but we've got, looks like a couple pallets AquaBlox to put together still. Remember, that's 450 of them that we got to stack together, and they're probably not even halfway there. Guys, day 3 out here on the Springfield, Missouri project. We made really good progress yesterday. We got the whole basin, AquaBlox, liner, everything buttoned up. The backfill is done, and we actually started setting rock yesterday. Me and Al are gonna rock this thing out today, but one of the things, when we were going over the waterfall, I forgot to mention, this is exactly how I like to design things when we have this kind of a situation, either a negative edge or a pondless basin, trying to get that illusion that that water goes somewhere else. So from this vantage point behind me, that office window, he's looking at this negative edge waterfall right here, where I'll turn you around. But the beautiful thing that I like about this design, where this reservoir is actually located, is once that water spills over and turns around that boulder and just disappears, the idea and the concept of a pondless waterfall in general is that this disappears in the ground and goes and carries on somewhere else, maybe picks up at that natural creek down below. But look how this valley and this little power cut perfectly lends your eye to making that look that much more believable. So when we're laying out the whole plan of the project, the location of the reservoir is actually pretty crucial, and I just want to point out that's what we're trying to achieve visually. So Alan's strapping this thing up. We're looking to get this thing moving, so I'm going to get back at it and see if we can't get some progress. So Al, what are we doing here? This is turning out to be just an awesome area. I mean, for a basin, we have done so much to move this water through here coming off this fall. I love how this is going to pool up, and then it's going to bend around this. Come right in there. I mean, this is, it's going to like slam into this, hit this, and then twist around. Probably maybe like start that metal up, like right in here, start letting it infiltrate.
Start catching all that debris.
And then you've got this perfectly like hidden debris pocket back here.
You know what I like about areas like this also is that this will kind of create that current. So it'll be kind of easy for somebody to get the debris. Yeah. Because as it's pulling it down, the pumps are over there and they're going to be sucking it. So it's going to get trapped in this one corner.
It'll go into these little pockets.
But it won't starve the pumps. That's the best part.
Yeah.
You know what I think is, a lot of times people will be watching the video and they see this big square box. And this reservoir is 14,000. But this is how you choke down such a big reservoir.
Yeah.
And they're just going to have to watch and see how this goes, but it's going to go away.
So many contractors, when they do these, even on small ones, they just have this big beach of gravel. It looks horrible. I mean, they don't even edge the edges. We have put tons of added benefit and character to this. And look at, like you said, that basin is monstrous, but you don't see it because we're going to backfill and cover it all up. And this actually extends the functional part of the feature. We're going to bib water over this. This is really kind of like bonus stream.
Oh, 100%. And from the second story, this is a whole separate view that people really, unless you're down here, you might not see it, but you know people are going to be trailing around the outside of this thing and creating interest.
Over there. I mean, this is going to want to draw people up because everybody's going to be like, where does the water go?
Exactly.
And just like I was saying earlier, the best part about this, if you're looking from that vantage point at that window in his office, look what's behind us. We've got this nice little valley, and that's the whole idea with these pondless basins, is it's supposed to look like it drops into the ground and continues on in nature.
But that's the importance of having bigger rock too.
Absolutely.
Because when you have a mature backdrop like this, we really need to have like substantial rocks. And the other thing is going to be this stream that's coming from that direction.
Yes.
The pondless reservoirs should be the same as a wetland. You should not be able to tell where the point of origin is or where the exit is. And a lot of people just make this straight run and it's just like,
yeah,
you missed the boat.
It looks manufactured.
It does.
That's the whole point with what we're doing here, is this is going to look like it's literally just dropping into a natural crevice and then goes on into maybe the creek down below.
Exactly.
We got our first pump for this down in there. One of these big 𝐘𝐞𝐚𝐫. These guys are pushing 20,000 plus gallons per hour. This has all got to be the 4-inch rigid Schedule 40 PVC. We just got a union there, 90, and then we'll start going up the hill from there. But we got 3 of these bad boys going in there. This is just our clean out for sedimentation and debris removal. Not that there's going to be much, but we'll pull an overflow off of that, run it down, daylight it, so that when we get extra rain, this thing's not going to spill over the edges. Liner's, you know, maybe 10 inches above the actual AquaBlox, but we just heard that the homeowner wants us to tie in a downspout, so we're going to turn this into kind of a rain exchange system. He's going to take one of these downspouts over there. We'll run 4-inch pipe. We've already got a pipe here that we're using as a relief, so we'll just tee that in, drop that right into that 3rd pipe there, and then we've got a natural autofill. So we've made really awesome progress. The guys got this all backfilled, tucked. This is our overflow, or our waterfall coming into the reservoir, and then look at these nice craggy twists and turns. We got all that stuff set, added another framer, and then we pulled all of this stream out. That way we can kind of get the lay of the land. We're gonna throw in some of that white stone dust in there, level this out, make us a nice smooth pad. We'll start rocking that in tomorrow, but we want to get these pumps in by the end of the day so that these are ready to go. And when we're ready, we can start running that pipe up the hill. All that dirt's going to get blown over there, backfilled behind here, and then we'll start outcropping. We've got a big bridge going in over at that, kind of to my side of that drop, and then we've got steps. They're going to wind their way up that hillside, intertwining all with the outcroppings, and then we're going to cross over that stream up there where that machine's sitting, where Ralph's at right now, with some sort of a stepper path and another bridge, so you'll actually get to cross over that. That's coming out awesome up there. I'll take you up there after a little while, but man, those boulders are massive and just starting to shape up. So we're moving along, doing really good for day 3. So we've got this stream all lined out, fabric under and over. We've got a couple framers set up for that waterfall that's going towards the office window over there, and we're trying to fill in this little gap here. But what we're going to do is create this really wicked bridge crossing that's actually going to be kind of a cantilevered section, and we're going to have a gap between, and then the next step will step up with the actual bridge. So let me show you what that looks like over here. We're trying to use potentially this guy as one of those bridge crossing, but instead of expanding the whole area, we're going to have this chunk cantilevered out just below the other stone. If you imagine, this one is the higher step up, and then we've got another one coming in here, but we're going to leave a gap, so we're actually going to have a step up with 2 basically like diving board platforms. This is the one that we're thinking about trying to have hanging out and letting that water rush underneath there, so you can actually see the water running between these 2 stones in that gap. That'll be a really cool look, and it'll look like that big chunk of ledge just eroded out from underneath. So this could be a really cool Bridgestone if we can get that elevation to work out. But what I like about it is it's going to span a longer span, and it's also going to start off our staircase going up that hillside around, so we can cross over that stream again where Brian and the other guys are building that fall. So basically that plateau that they've cut out, we're going to have to get across the stream from this patio, bridge, ledge steps, and we'll meander up through there, and we're going to have a crossing somewhere probably where that right track of the machine is, and then we got to go up all the way to that concrete wall elevation with steps to get up to where that pool elevation will actually be. So this is going to be a really cool, interesting area with a bunch of outcroppings and tons of mountainous, craggy boulders, as you can see what they've got going on over there. So we're trying to get this stream rocked in as much as we can. They're expecting rain tonight. We want to try to get this thing really buttoned up, but really detail work is slowing us down a little bit, trying to find the right stones, set those weir heights so we don't back water up too much. Again, we got 60,000 gallon per hour potential coming through there. So if we're off a little bit, that affects everything where they're at. That pooling area gets deeper, and we could be leaking over an edge of the liner. So we don't want to have that happen. Let's get back to it. We've got a couple of these Bridgestones mocked up already that we're talking about doing here. This whole area is going to get changed up quite a bit because we want to really make this water dance around. So we're going to come in and carve this whole chunk out here and get that to be a little bit of a way to shoot water there. Where that blue paint is, we're going to shoot that around to really snake this water under this bridge. We're going to have some supports under here. We're going to let water roll through on one side, as well as really force it through that canyon there under that. But then we'll have another step that's going to come off on this side. That's going to lead up to our actual stepping, or our step path. This whole area here, we're going to try to do like a kind of a almost like a glacial till fall area where it's just chunky stones, water running through the little rivulets, and making that just super active there so that you see a lot of stuff. We had to kind of leave this elevation a little higher. It was solid bedrock up there, so we're going to take advantage of that, make that all work out, and then we're going to roll down, get this waterfall and this bib worked into the final basin falls here. And it's going to be a little bit of a sloppy go. We got a decent storm last night and this morning. It's all mud pretty much all over, and doesn't look like we're gonna get much sun today. So we're gonna be battling it, but we're gonna put everybody on this full team of 7 of us, hammer this thing out so we can start moving up the hill. Hopefully we've got something really cool and interesting by the end of the day here to look at. But this is gonna be fun. I love these big ledge bridges. They're going to be almost cantilevered out over certain sections, and then we're actually going to have steps that are interacting with these points. So it's really going to jog the path from that patio all the way around and force people to take this interesting course that we're going to plot out through this stream to really be able to interact with it. So let's get to it. Guys are already up there pulling tarps and trying to get this site ready to work. So I'm going to get at it myself. Al just grabbed our blocks. We're on a mission today to try to get this thing moving.